So what are the roles which youngsters can look at in agency businesses or on the client businesses? So that is first question. And then they're asking, are there non-technical roles also? Because I'm not a creative person, I'm not a tech person, I'm not a photo person. So what are the roles there, and what are the various roles which usually youngsters get into, and how they move ahead then?
So typically, from the crux of an advertising, if I'm looking at advertising, right?
Advertising, media entertainment space, maybe.
Yeah. So if I look at advertising agencies, there are typically three spaces that I can put you into, right? One is the creative segment. So creative segment is everybody from people who can write really well, who can shoot really well, who can draw, paint, all of that, right? So art, copy, code, etc.
Yeah.
Then comes the business segment, which is people who are great with selling. I may not have a creative bone in my thing, but I'll be able to I'm a good conversationalist. I'll be able to sell to people. I can project manage, right? So when I look at client servicing, see, a client servicing person should not be a paper pusher, in my opinion. The problem in client servicing, you assume, is that I will speak to the client will tell me this, I will take this and give it to the, so you're basically that middleman. And I keep saying this, if what you do has a pattern, artificial intelligence will replace you. You will be replaced by a robot eventually. So do not build a pattern in what you do, right? So client servicing is not that. Client servicing is far more. It's more operational. It's trying to say what is the, so if, for example, if the client wants to launch at a certain time, you draw the roadmap for these guys, say, okay, which means I need to do this at this point, this at this point, arranging that together, fighting with the respective teams to making sure that things are delivered on time. All of that comes under servicing, planning, servicing and account management or operations aspect.
Which is a business role typically, is it?
It is. It is a business role because you will be running the P&L of whatever brand you're running, right? So you will be responsible. So for example, if there's a brand you're working on, advertising typically works on retainers, right? So you win an account, you get a X amount monthly fee. But that X amount of monthly fee will not be enough for your company to survive on. It will need to do X plus business, which means, so for example, if a brand is paying me, say 10 lakhs a month as a retainer, that is not enough for me to build the whole thing. What I need next is another 10 lakhs a month of upsells, which could either be a video or a website or something I'm doing or a campaign, etc. So making sure that you are on track, your business is on track, etc., is something that a business role does. So if you are, if you're not a creative person, but if you have a gift of the gab, if you're somebody who can convince people, who can get three people with massive egos to work together, because creative people come with egos. The designer and the creative director and this thing, everybody, but you are the person holding ship. That is primarily the business thing. Then there is the scientific aspect of it, which is where I was talking about data science, right? For example, data science, planning, insight culling, all of these people who are able to translate numbers to insights. It's like they're able to see, just because there is a spike in a certain thing, it can correlate to something else in. So data science is definitely a growing thing. Right now, what every agency has is a planning team.
Yes.
A planning team is somebody who's looking at, is the one who's doing insights and looking at research, etc. But today, research back in the day was like, I would build a product, I would send it out to the market. 6 months later, I would get a report, and then today feedback is instant. Your social media channels are telling you every day what people like, what they don't like. If people want to boycott China apps today, in the next 24 hours, all these Xiomis of the world have to react also to it, because that's what is happening, right? So I need to have somebody who will be able to tell me or call an iceberg before it hits it. So that's where planning. So the science aspect is coders, data scientists, all of this come into the aspect there. So creative, so the three aspects, the creative, there's people who are inclined towards science also have a role there, and people who are inclined towards sales, business, etc. also have a role.
So somebody who probably, so I'm just combining again the question. People are asking, so if I want to do in this industry, what are the various courses, So just I'll answer in one, two lines there. Courses could be any, like data science and all are really, really very serious programs, Maybe statistical background could be of help there in a data
Yeah.
science program. And then there could be creative, you want to be a hardcore filmmaker or a creative designer, then a JJ school and the likes of those creatives could be a good idea. If you are looking at business as a part and then also having an integrated view as a media manager, then a business school probably, which we are talking on the platform today, Wellinger, or there would be other players, could be a good part which teaches you business, merges it with creativity and technical, and helps to solve clients' problems or maybe give solutions and getting work done from all these people with ego and people with statistical brains, and then the outdoor shoots and integrating celebrities and events and endorsements and branding, doing sponsorship deals. So that's a business call of a media manager kind of a role, either on the client side, or which could be you would be a PR executive or a corporate communication, brand manager, product manager, or on the agency side, like at the Glitch, you will be handling some functions, or it could be probably on the broadcaster side also. You could be with a Netflix or a YouTube or a Google. So these are all media integrated managerial roles. You will have to go through a program or through internship models or take advice from mentors to really know, what is your calling, and it doesn't happen overnight, So you will have to go
Yeah,
through the
agree.
yeah,
It'll be
you have
good
to
to
go
do
through the
it'll be good to do a program which gives you a glimpse of all of it,
true.
like the generalist program, which is probably what most
Yes,
of the colleges which
that's
offer. And then once you
true.
decide where you want to go specifically, go and upskill in that particular,
That's field.
like a
And then
precision
is
thing.
when you can, that's exactly, Rohit, what we do at the Wellinger. We do a 11-month program with 12, 13 different verticals. We
Yeah,
take them
that's
through
perfect
that,
actually.
then have experts like you to guide them, and then they do capstone projects. So they know a holistic media entertainment industry in 11 months. Then people go into the journey. And then maybe after a year or so, they think it was digital SEO, SEM, digital is my vertical. They can always go for an online program. And now with online education, you can upgrade yourself in whatever data science. You just do a good data science program online, and you are sorted that way. So again, Rohit, here people are also asking, do we need specific skills? Specific skills, and I remember what we discussed on our other panel, that you are not sending a person to the moon. You have to
Exactly.
start. Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think
I think that assurance you
advertising is
must give them.
no, which is what it is. I mean, we actually say this so many times because
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, I don't think I'm." You're not saving. You're not in the profession of saving lives. You're not sending
Yeah.
somebody to the moon. So it's advertising at the end of the day. You're trying to sell a product now, and I
Yes.
think inherently, Indians, we're all bin sellers, right? We've had to convince somebody to do something. As a child, you had to convince your parents to buy you something. As you grew up, you had to convince somebody else to do something. So if you are a good convincer, anybody who can convince anybody can become an advertiser, in my opinion.
True.
So because at
True.
the end of the day, advertising is all about convincing another person. You're probably convincing a larger set of audience, right? Now that is a very broad definition. But that said, I think what advertising, the rising up the ranks, and that's something we discussed last time as well, is the person who is able to, the generalist is the guy who succeeds more than a specialist at this point specifically,
Yes.
right? So, because the
Completely agree.
person
Our
who
research
knows,
says that.
yeah, because the person who knows a little bit of this because you will always find somebody specialized to do that. So I remember
Yes.
this when I was studying in college. There was the option of people who wanted to be cinematographers, and there was this option of somebody who wanted to be a sound editor, etc. I wanted to be a director because end of the day,
Yes.
director has a basic knowledge of all of these things. But you hire the specialist to do the DOP work and somebody else. But the control of the entire thing lies with the person on top, which becomes a director, right? And that's what
Perfect.
it is.
Perfect.
So if you want to look at is specializing in something a bad thing? No, not
No.
everybody wants to go ahead and become the this thing, right?
CEO.
Not everybody wants to be the CEO. So it's okay to be the chief design officer because I'm a design specialist. I work on design, and I want to be practically known for one particular kind. It's fair, and there's nothing wrong in it. But in an advertising spectrum, the ones who succeed more are generalists, in my opinion. People who have their fingers across multiple departments, who can transition between two departments.
And then get everybody work together to achieve an outcome. So the leadership skills, the team skills, the managerial skills also are becoming very, very evident now, especially in a no feel, no touch economy, you know,
Absolutely.
in an entire gig economy, because there is here where the entire managerial skills now come together to put things